In today's video, Dog Squad, we're going to be doing our Week 17 NFL predictions. We're getting close to the end of the season, so what I'll say I'm going to do today is be reviewing the playoff picture going into Week 17. There are already a couple games yesterday or Christmas Day that already played. The Bears and Seahawks game is about to play in just a little bit. This should be posted around the time that starts. So good luck to anyone that also has fantasy championships. I'm in the third place game, so I'm trying to get third place in my league that I've been saying a lot about this year. Also, I'm eliminated from the playoffs, been eliminated from the playoffs, but I'm trying to at least fight for fifth place in one of my other leagues. And then in a four-man league playoff game right now, I'm in the championship and I'm losing. So hopefully that can all change this week. As we get into this video, make sure to hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more videos. We're on the road to 1K, so let's try to hit that soon. We're at 969 now. I've been at 900 for a while. Also, it's last day to go vote. So last day to go vote what you want me to change. And right now, it looks like the stuff that something that I have going, but it probably can be changed, and not instead of getting rid of it, it just be switched up a little bit. That's winning right now, so you have till tomorrow. I don't know why this camera's glitching right now, but I'll figure it out before we start this video. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this video, Dog Squad. Alright, my overall record is 116.82, so hopefully we can get about around. I got last year, I got like 178, 179, and 97 last year. So if we can keep that going and maybe get a better record this year. We're already 1-1. I did pick the Steelers, maybe hoping that thinking that they could pull off an upset. No, but the Ravens did demolish the Houston Texans 31-2, so I got that right. Move on to Thursday night football game today. We got the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. Bears are already eliminated from the playoffs. In Seattle, trying to keep their hopes alive for the playoffs and the NFC West. They're already, them and the Rams are the only ones still left to try to win that title. I do think Seattle will take the game. Bears have all had so many chances to win this year against better teams, against worse teams. They've always came close. Sometimes they've even gotten blown out. But they will not do it today. Seattle's got good enough defense to stop Caleb Williams. I think the offense Chicago could get going, but I don't think they'll be able to stop Seattle with the bad passing defense that they have. They won't be able to stop Geno Smith, DK, and all of them for Seattle. I think this can be close at first, but I think Seattle will pull away with it eventually. Chargers and Patriots. Patriots really nothing to play for. Might as well they might tank. Chargers are going to be probably getting ready to go with a win. They would clinch the playoffs, or they can take Miami and Indianapolis open. Then to lose. Already went over the playoff scenario short that was posted earlier today. Chargers will win this game. Should be easy. I don't think the Patriots have a chance. They might be able to maybe have a chance at maybe making this a good game, but the Chargers will eventually pull away, and the Chargers will pull this game out and win. This was debatable between the Broncos and the Bengals, but I do think the Bengals have had a lot of fire energy, a lot of momentum. They're at home. I think they will be able to get past Denver. Denver played their defense played a good offense. They're going to be playing a better one. They played a good offense against the Chargers. They're going to be playing a much better one against the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati on away turf field. I think Cincinnati with Joe Burrow, I think they're going to have a good job playing, have a good day with them. I mean, about a couple TDs. Hopefully not too good because I'm playing Joe Burrow in fantasy and Jamar Chase. But I think they'll do well against Denver's defense. Question is, will they be able to stop the Denver Broncos offense? I don't think as much. I think that Bo Nix could throw a picker somehow. But I do think that the Bengals, will do enough on defensive way. If not, I think the Bengals offense will do enough to win. It will become a close game. Could go to overtime. I think Cincinnati takes the win. Cardinals and Rams. Cardinals already eliminated. Rams just probably need a win. Take the NFC West. I think they also, if with a win in Seattle. Now we'll know. Now if Seattle loses tonight, then we know that the Rams are going to have to probably win. I believe they're going to have to win to clinch it. So that happens, which is mostly not going to happen. But the Rams also can have the strength of schedule thing. So the Rams might just go ahead and win it. I think the tiebreaker will go to the common lot in the division. So I think maybe with the Seattle loss, I'm not really sure. That's not what it's on the scenario video, but the Rams, I believe, will win this game. They've had, I know they've had the past couple weeks some offensive trouble, but their defense has actually done pretty well when they played the Niners and when they played the Jets. Two offenses that look like they're going to be good, but they aren't really as good as you would think. That's going to probably be the same way for the Cardinals, but I think the Rams offense will finally get it going. The past two games, they've actually been on the road. They have not been home since that big-time offensive performance from the LA Rams against the Buffalo Bills. I think they'll have a great day against Arizona. They'll win this game. Indianapolis taking on the Giants. The Colts still trying to fight for a playoff spot. I know I said probably in a video, I think over on Christmas Eve, my reactions video, I think I said the Colts were eliminated. I swear they were eliminated a couple weeks ago, last week, something, I swear. I saw that they were eliminated from the playoffs. But apparently they're still in it. But they're 7-8. 97% have picked the Colts, you can see, and it makes sense. The Giants, who would believe in the Giants? This should be an easy one. Colts should win this game. And somehow, probably going to somehow be close. The Colts win it. Bills taking on the Jets. Somehow Jets will probably somehow make this a good game at first. You know, they always fool you. They have a good team enough to do it. I think their defense has been pretty inconsistent this year. They're good enough to top these teams. If Josh Allen has a bad game, the Jets could get upset somehow. I don't think that'll happen again. Josh Allen is worse in the MVP conversation. He has not had too many bad games this year. Really, the last one before the Patriots one he really had was against the Texans, and that wasn't even that bad. It was okay. But the Jets game, they're playing the New York Jets. They'll probably make this competitive at some point, but the Bills, Josh Allen's going to run through them. James Cook has had a much better year. He had a pretty good year last year. He's doing much better this year. I play him in fantasy too, but I also play Josh Allen. I also have Josh Allen in fantasy. But I think this defense might have some trouble stopping Devontae Adams at points, so this could be like a 31-17, 34-17 game. Buffalo wins it. And now moving on the Raiders and the Saints. The reason I'm picking the Raiders, I think the Saints are just way too banged up right now. I think the Raiders got some key starters. They could honestly be tanking, but Antonio Pierce said the other day, we're going to try to win. So I guess the motivation is enough to win this game. The Raiders do so. I was looking at the Saints. They said they're not supposed to play like Kamara, Carr. A lot of they might be playing, but I don't know if it'll be enough. I think the Raiders can win this. They got some like cool guys. You know, we got Madison's actually not even bad. Brock Bowers is a good receiver for his rookie year, for a good tight end, I should say. Aiden O'Connell's not terrible. He's not, and they probably still need a QB, but I think they'll do fine when they play the Saints. I think the Raiders win this game. Panthers and Buccaneers. I can see the Panthers doing some crap where they somehow win this game, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Tampa kind of gets, they're going to be more focused after last week losing to them boys. Baker Mayfield, I think will have a pretty good game. Mike Evans going to still have going to try to get over 1,000 yards. That'll be pretty motivation. It's at home. Chance to try to go to the playoffs, trying to hang on and win the division, NFC South. I think Tampa does just that. I think Bryce Young might be able to have some good passes, good touchdown plays. They're going to maybe could have a scare and score first. But I think Tampa will pull out away with this one. Baker Mayfield's I think he's going to have a good game. Against no, not a bad Panthers secondary. They have, been just too inconsistent this year when it comes to this and stuff. Tampa Bay will win. All right, here we go. I've got the Jaguars and the Titans here. I'm going to pick the Jaguars in this one. They will sweep the Titans. I think the Titans just won't make too many mistakes when it comes to that. I think the rush defense will be fine for the Jaguars. They'll be able to stop Tony Pollard and all that. But I do think Jacksonville come away with the win. I think Matt Jones also made too many mistakes, but as long as they get the ball to Brian Thomas Jr., it's going to be, they got two weapons. You got Calvin Ridley, Brian Thomas Jr., but Thomas Jr. has done much better this year, much different. And Alexa Stott. And I think the Jags will get the win here. I think it's going to be a bad game, but I'm going to give the advantage to the Jags here. I really don't know what to say, but it's going to be probably, I think Jacksonville's going to win this game. I think they are the team that can. They've played some close games with some good teams this year. They're at home. I think they'll get the win here against the Titans. Moving on. Philadelphia and Dallas. Now, I hope Dallas somehow ruins the Philadelphia Eagles' chances. We don't have CD in playing this game, so I don't know. The defense plays like they were before. They can maybe stop Kenny Pickett. I think Kenny Pickett might be playing. I don't know. Jalen Hurts is not. It's been on and off kind of. I don't really know. But I think Philadelphia will still win this game. If it's ugly, it will be. But Dallas is going to have to go up against a really tough defense for Philadelphia, for the Eagles. So I don't really know I don't think that the Cowboys offense will succeed that much against a top defense like that. When it comes to stopping Philadelphia, I think they'll have bigger plays, more explosive plays against our defense. But if we play really dominant, we maybe have a chance to win this game. But I think Philly will win it and secure the NFC East. Dolphins and Browns, and this was supposed to be a Sunday football game, and the Falcons and Commanders replaced it. The Dolphins think they've got the more high-powered offense to be able to go past a Cleveland defense I'm still confused if they are good enough. They're not top defense, but they're good enough. They won't be able to stop Miami, I don't think, as much, and I don't think Whoever's playing QB will make way too many mistakes with a probably top 15 defense of the Miami Dolphins in the middle between. I think they'll be able, because they can be good at some times, and then they'll be on a roll against Cleveland. This should be an easy one. Miami wins this game. Keep the playoff hopes alive. Now, this one is the game we all are looking for this week, besides this one, and maybe this one. Not really this one. We thought it would be, but no. The Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Vikings will sweep them. That means the Packers, that means they will be 1-4 in division games this year. How good they are, that means they can get swept by two of the best NFC North teams this year. And I think that will happen. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game, but I do believe that the Vikings defense is going to have some trouble stopping Josh Jacobs, stopping Jordan Love, but I think they will make a couple takeaways from Jordan Love and from that offense of Green Bay a few of the times. They were pretty good at taking the ball away from anybody. I do think Minnesota's going to do that a lot. And I honestly think this defense has obviously developed more for Green Bay since the Joe Barry days last year. The Vikings offense is going to be powerful. They got, of course, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison at receiver. Aaron Jones, former Green Bay Packer, played them earlier in the year. Sam Darnold's going to have another great day like he did back in Week 4 against the Packers. I think it's just going to be another replica of that. They're at a louder stadium of the Vikings. I think they'll win it, and they will get a chance to keep their NFC North hopes alive and number 1 seed hopes alive. I think this can be a great game, great QB battle between Jordan Love and Sam Darnold. He's proven a lot of people wrong, including me, this year. All right, the Falcons and the Commanders. I think the Falcons will be sloppy. With Michael Penix still trying to get used to the NFL, I don't think it will happen against kind of like in-between defense of the Commanders. They don't have that good of a pass one, but I don't think they will have to worry about that. They, I think, will be able to stop the run from Bijan, but they may not. Bijan, honestly, has had a pretty good season so far this year. Of course, it was going better for him when the Kirk Cousins skill and the elitism, and well, I wouldn't really say elitism, but when he was playing really well, when they were at 6-3, I think it was much better then. But the Commanders, I think they're going to have a hard time stopping Jaden Daniels. I think he's going to get some good runs, get some good play, make some big plays, make some more explosive plays, and I think he's going to be running over the Falcons' defense. They haven't been that good this year, Atlanta, in terms of stopping the pass, stopping the run. Now, they do have some good players. Jesse Bates is a good player for the Atlanta Falcons. Restart the... yeah. All right, now we move on to the Falcons and the Commanders. This Commanders team just beat Philadelphia. You know, I know that Jalen Hurts was out, but he also doesn't play defense. And a lot of people were saying, well, that shifted the momentum of the game. That shifted a lot of parts of the game where it would put the Commanders back in situations to win. It doesn't matter. The Commanders' offense still was able to get going against a tough defense of the Philadelphia Eagles. They finally got going later in the second half and won the game. Jalen Hurts or no Jalen Hurts. But and I think they will do the same against the Atlanta Falcons team, who is good at stopping the run outside the top 10, but in total defense, they aren't that good. So they're going to have some trouble stopping Jaden Daniels. Their run offense, Brian Robinson Jr., we have Austin Eckler. They have Austin Eckler out, but Brian Robinson Jr. is not a bad running back. He can make some plays. He's had some good games this year, and I don't think it's going to be mattering on the run. It's going to be matter, can they stop Jane Daniels? Can they stop Terry McLaurin? Can they stop Zach Ertz? Zach Ertz coming off from concussion. I think he'll have a little bit better of a game going into Week 18, playing this game against Atlanta. I think the Commanders win this game. I don't think it'll be enough to stop. The Falcons won't will stop defense. When it comes to that Falcons offense, stopping Bijan's going to be a key. Michael Penix isn't experienced enough, even though they got the receivers, but I think you can be able to find some. You got to be able to stop Drake London. Got to be able to stop Darnell Mooney. Those are key players that the Washington Commanders are going to have to stop when they're with their pass defense that has been some struggling at parts this year, but have also had some pretty good games. So, but they aren't the best. That's what I'm saying. So, those receivers are enough to get past them, enough to score points, but it matters will Michael Penix he'll play a game. Much better than Kirk Cousins was doing, but that's going to be the question. I think the Commanders will do more than Atlanta will to win this game, though. Detroit Lions and San Francisco 49ers. Niners way too banged up. They aren't playing smart football. They don't have a good enough O-line. That's going to be struggling. Now, Detroit Lions, though, they're banged up on the defensive side, too. It will be enough to stop the 49ers, who are just not playing 49er football. Injuries or no injuries, they're not playing smart football, and that's hurt them this year. They have like down to their 4th-string tailback, and Deebo Samuel isn't playing way more. Brandon Ayuk obviously wasn't before. Now he's been hurt for a while. George Kittle's really the only person doing anything. Brock Purdy's running for his life with that O-line. And then the Detroit Lions don't even expect San Francisco to even stop the high-powered offense with Ben Johnson, with Jared Goff leading the way. Don't even start that. So the Detroit Lions will win the game. But I'm sure somehow it's going to be a battle. And that's going to wrap up our picks for this week, Dog Squad. I'll be back with Week 18 picks next week. Hope you enjoy the games, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Well, I totally forgot that we were supposed to look at the playoff picture. This was just real quick. The game's on right now. Seahawks are up 3-0, so you can see that this video was made before. Obviously, because you can tell that the game was never made before. So if you just check the video, you know I made it before. I just posted it a little later. The Chiefs are elected the 1 seed. The Bills need a win to grab the 2 seed. This is not updated, but the Steelers right now say, hold on, this is actually out of date. Hold on, let me look. Can I not have an updated version of it? Okay, this is a better one right here. The Chiefs, number 1 seed. Bills looking like the number 2. Ravens already won yesterday, so they're the 3 seed. So it looks like right now they're going to try to be the AFC North champion. They got to keep. They're sure going to have to win next week to probably secure that. The Texans already won it. They're going to basically locked up the 4 seed already. The Steelers, most likely, they will be in the 5 position. And then the Chargers or Broncos still trying to clinch that playoff spot. They're going to try to have to keep winning. The Colts, Dolphins, and the Colts and the Dolphins and the Bengals still relying on a shot to make the playoffs. So, but they are going to have to rely on a lot of things for the Chargers. That's what the Chargers have to rely on, a Dolphins and Colts loss. They don't have to rely on the Bengals because how lower they are. But actually, the Colts are below the Bengals, so I don't really have to know why they don't rely on them. But I guess in the situation, Broncos are going to have to be the Bengals to still try to see if they can win it. And then the NFC projection of the playoff picture, the Lions looking like they take the 1 seed. They got to make sure they can win this week, and they'll have to beat Minnesota. Hopefully that doesn't happen. They're the 5 seed right now. The Eagles, most likely they'll lock into a 2 seed, but I hope the Lions may have to lose. The Lions have to lose out, I believe, and then the Vikings have to lose 1, and that's to Green Bay. So to even think about the Eagles making the 1 seed, that troubling that catch. The game overall, Jalen Hurts getting hurt overall against the Commanders, but I do not want them getting the 1 seed. The Rams looking like they have to win they have to get a 3 seed. They got an easy one. They got the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Actually, Seahawks aren't easy, and the Cardinals can be sneaky. The Buccaneers do have an easy one. The Panthers and the Saints. So those are going to determine something. Rams are a game ahead of the Buccaneers. So the Rams, if they can just keep winning, they can get that 3 seed and win the division. Buccaneers, though, right now, Falcons should be in the 4 spot due to a tiebreaker, since they're both 8-7. So the Falcons, though, are still a game behind. The Falcons do have to beat the Commanders. That's going to be tough. And then the Falcons are I don't know why they're not number 4. The Buccaneers should be out of the playoff picture right now. The Falcons have 47.1% chance. I guess that's also to win the division, I'm guessing. Seahawks, 12.7% chance. They still have to try. They got to win this game. They also have to have the Rams. They've also got to have the Rams lose and out. So I think if the Rams win, I think on Saturday, I think they'll take the division. and probably the 3 seed. The Vikings still in there. The Packers might have a shot at the. They've already 1 seed chance have already gone, but they still have a shot at the division. Probably through the Packers. I would assume that the Packers would have to win, and the Lions have to lose out. But then again, the tiebreaker really wouldn't matter. It's only good enough for first place, as it says. Although the Packers have a slight chance to move up to the 5 seed. I don't think it can win the division, actually, because of due to tiebreakers, them losing the Lions, and probably in situations like that. So the Packers probably might have a chance at that 5 seed, but most likely they'll get the 6 seed. And the Commanders, if they clinch a playoff berth with a win, they're still going to have to be probably most likely a 7 seed unless the Packers lose the next couple games, which could happen. We'll see. So it could be a 6 or 7 seed for the Commanders. But those are the playoff picture. Now, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go vote for what you want me to do. If you want to change stuff, get rid of something, you have till tomorrow. That's all my community posts. I just posted a reminder on my YouTube. I'll see you next time. Talk about peace.
Ho, 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 ho!